Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. My name is Katherine Young and I'm a creative. So y'all have probably seen these. You have seen these viral posts on TikTok, Instagram, all over social of people taking old precious moments figurines that they thrifted and upcycling them. And while my friend, she just keeps sending them to me, and what can I say? Now I'm hooked. Now, I definitely think these items are someone's style. They're just not my style. And because they're so mass produced, they're an item that ends up at the thrift store that ends up getting thrown out a lot. So I don't really feel all that bad about upcycling them. And don't get me wrong, growing up, these suckers were throughout my house. My mom had hundreds, if not thousands of these. I never had any real attachment to them. They were just shoved in curios and they didn't mean anything to me. So what I'm hoping is to kind of reclaim that piece of childhood, pick up one of these things and kind of like give it a new life, make it something that I truly love, and make it something cute for Valentine's decor. Okay, so we're going to head into this thrift store right now. We're going to see what we can find. I'm hoping that I see some precious moments and they inspire some ideas in me, and we are going to upcycle them into a one-of-a-kind Valentine creation. So let's head in.
Okay, I'm feeling good and jackpot! We have them. There are some here. Let's see. I'm not really looking for the small ones. This will work. Okay. Yeah, I could see that working. Oh, and this one's kind of neat. That window could be kind of cool to do something. What?
What? What in the world? That is like highway robbery there. What?
Yeah,
Okay, so I am usually not the person that gets crabby about thrift store prices. I get that inflation, everything's going up. I get it. But oh my God, I've refused to pay $7.99 for a tchotchke that people can't give away. So I am that person, I guess. We are going to go to the next thrift store because ain't no live, laugh, love in me right now. Like I just can't.
So this became a whole thing. I went from thrift store to thrift store to thrift store, looking for options for this project. And you know what? I found some options. This guy's a little broke. And the prices made more sense for me. I found that whole like birthday set even. I mean, this one, oof. I had no idea how to make that one not already the most saddest thing and horrific. Oofda. But really, the pickings were slim. And look at this. $4.99 for one without arms? Really? Really? I mean, it's beautiful. I kind of wish that one, had arms. But I really did end up finding some good options that I could use.
Okay, so today got a little bit out of hand. But honestly, today was a day where I really needed to keep busy and just needed to do something. So driving around was a great way to keep busy today. And we got some options, okay? Okay, the first option I did pick up was this cute little girl. I think this is adorable. I think it's super cute. And then the second option I did grab was this little angel boy. Love him so much too. So they are proportionately the same. I think I'm going to try to make a scene using both of these. Yeah, so really, I'm kind of stumped right now. I do wish I would have found a larger figurine, but these guys. So I am going to do some sketches next, brainstorm some ideas, and we'll see what we can do.
So my first thought was an iconic child couple from the 90s from my childhood. Do you recognize this? Ugh, yes, it is this iconic Simpsons episode. Maybe I could illustrate that Choo Choo Choose Me Valentine?
Poor Ralph. you go, Ralph. You choose me? Happy Valentine's.
This was so classic, but honestly, I think this would be hard to do. And my friend was like, oh, I instantly see that girl as holding a protest sign. And this idea really stuck with me. I really do think they could both be holding protest signs, since they're both holding something. And that is when I thought protesting couples for Valentine's, and that is it. I landed on John and Yoko, and this is right up my alley. I love music, and here is the idea that we are going to try to create today. I am so excited, y'all. This is absolutely my jam.
So I bought like a pack of like balsa wood, and I created a platform for the bed, and then I shaped out the bed with tin foil. I did this for structure and to keep it kind of lightweight. I didn't want to fill the whole thing with clay. I just wanted like a thin layer of clay over kind of the bed structure. So that ended up working out really well. Looking back though, it does look like I kind of made the bed a little bit too big. Realistically, if like the precious moments were actually sleeping in it, it's probably proportionally right. But I think I could have like forced the perspective on that and made the bed shorter, and it probably would have made my life easier. Now, the type of clay I used is called milliput. It works great. It's a 2-part compound. It mixes up great, works really well for projects that like imitate ceramics. I actually purchased 2 boxes, and it became clear like right away I did not buy enough. So I ended up having to buy quite a bit more locally. Online, this was much cheaper than the price it was locally, unfortunately, but that's okay. This was really fun, and I really hope you like the final result.
I made just a thin layer to cover that bed, and it worked perfectly. This is a technique I would highly recommend if you're trying to cover a large area.
Now, what worked really, really well for kind of smoothing out the milliput was water. So I used that to kind of smooth the seams while making it. Worked great, worked like a charm. I think it looks really nice, the texture of this. And when working on kind of like the bed part and the sheets and such, I wasn't going for accuracy of the photos because that would have taken so much more clay to make all like the bumps and such that was in the bedding in the photos. I just didn't think it was necessary. I thought I could still get across the idea that this was a bed pretty easily without the bedding being an exact mimic of the photos. The piece of the bed that I did think was important was showing that turned down top sheet. I think that really kind of showcases that it's a bed in that scene. Making the guitar was also a super little fun piece. I think that just adds so much more to this piece. I used some balsa wood for the neck of the guitar, and then the rest of the car was just sculpted milliput. So this was the point in the project when I realized I was so short in clay, but it's okay. So I left this overnight, I left it to harden, and I picked up some more supplies the next day. I took some time to sculpt some really cute little glasses. I love them. They were so cute. I just took some wire, sculpted them around the sculpting tool. Super easy touch, and I think these really make an impact. I think they're going to look amazing on this piece. Once I got more clay, sculpting the back of the bed was really the priority, and sculpting the pillows. The pillows really sell it, right? Because they're in bed on the pillows. And what's so great about the pillows is they covered those angel wings just perfectly. So wonderful way to hide those angel wings. To make the pillows, I, again, didn't want to do the pillow solid milliput clay. I wouldn't even have had enough clay if I made them solid milliput clay. I would have ran out. So I just made the pillows out of tin foil, yet again, wrapped them in kind of like a little clay sandwich, and that worked perfectly. Now, the part of this piece that I wanted to make sure I was pretty accurate on, but also kind of had to flex and move it based on the actual original Precious Moments was the hair. I had to cover up the halo, I had to cover up the bow, but I still wanted the hair to be pretty darn close to the photos. So their parts are a little off on the hair, but I think I did a pretty darn good job. Now for this, I used black milliput instead of white because I figured it would be easier for me to not have to paint the hair. I would like less to paint and like less little corners to paint around. And I think the black worked great. And for John, I just had to paint over it with a little bit of brown, and I think it looks wonderful. So getting the black milliput for the hair was a really good choice.
Next, I started painting. I used white to cover up little spots where the black milliput had gotten onto the white. I then added that beautiful marigold gold from the color photos of their protest. And I really love the way it looks, even though that's not really a traditional Valentine's color, that yellow. I also added some brown and painted up that cute little guitar. So cute.
And then the part of this upcycle that I think just really sold it was the protest signs. I took the actual protest signs from the photos. I ended up warping them a little bit, and I printed out a bunch of them in varying sizes. Now the sizes only vary about a 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch between the different sizes. I measured my Precious Moments on what I had to cover, that ruler and the girl's little sign she's holding. And all these should cover them, but I made them slightly different dimensions. So then I cut out the pieces I needed, and I started kind of like fiddling with them to see if I could get them to fit in the space perfectly. And it really sold the illusion of what scene this is. I then attached the signs with a little hot glue and some E6000 so the signs shouldn't budge later. And y'all, I am so excited for how this turned out. It turned out better than I imagined for my first try at making a not so precious moment. Oh my goodness, can you even handle it? Oh my goodness, I am so proud of this. This is so stinking fun. And I think you can instantly tell what scene this is. And this piece really represents me because I love live music. I very much romanticize the era that this protest came from. And this is one of probably the most famous rock and roll couples there's ever been in history. So it truly is iconic. This represents me a lot. And it represents kind of my sense of humor around like Valentine's Day and kitsch. This is just perfect. I don't think it could have turned out any better. I am really proud of how this turned out. Please tell me what you think in the comments because I am so in love with this. Oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all need to try this trend of the not so precious moments. This was really fun. And if you want to see other ideas on how to make these, there is a Facebook group that is started by Chica and Joe, and it's Not So Precious Moments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link that below so you can check out that group. They are also here on YouTube. I'll be sure to tag them. And that Facebook group has so much inspiration, so many people sharing their ideas. And I just want to say thank you to Chica and Joe for the ideas. And in that group, I was talking about this video, and Chica and Joe and Good Golly Gal were talking to me about, doing this upcycle and project. And I'm going to be sure to share this in the group. So thank you for the inspiration. I had a blast doing this. And that is it, y'all. If you want to try this craft or you have tried this, Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear if other people have tried this or you found maybe some inspiration and want to try something new. And if you like content like this, thrifting, vintage, creative projects, and more, please subscribe. And if you ring that bell, you'll be the first to know when I next upload. And that is it, y'all. Stay creative and peace, love, and rock and roll.